Welcome to Network Theory lecture series. In this video, I'll be going to explain you maximum power transfer for complex network. If you see my previous video, in that I have already explained maximum power transfer for resistive load, and in that we have seen that efficiency can be maximum by 50%, right? But as if you want to have higher efficiency than 50%, then you should be having network which will be complex network, right? So what is the meaning of complex network? You see, complex network will be voltage source in series with complex element, means it includes resistive and inductive element. It is not necessary that it should be inductive, it may be capacitive, but for simplicity I am just considering that RS and XS combination is there, means this ZS, that will be RS plus XS, and this will be imaginary component, so I need to write JXS, right? Now to have maximum power delivered to the load, what should be our load? So obviously load should be also complex in nature. So let me connect complex nature load. So that will include resistive element, let us say it is RL, and let us say complex element is there, and I am considering inductive element, so that is XL, and that is what I am connecting over here. In total it is ZL, and that is RL plus JXL, right? And what I am doing is I'll be considering this as a variable element. So by varying these two, we will identify the condition at which maximum power that will get delivered to the load ZL, right? So let us first find how much current that will flow in the loop. So here if I say there is current I that is flowing in the loop, then let us apply KVL in this loop. So if you apply KVL in the loop, then you see we have one voltage source that is happening from minus to plus. So I need to consider that as plus Vs, and that is equals to current I into Zs plus current I into ZL. So I can say current I, that is Vs divided by Zs plus ZL. Now let us substitute Zs is equals to Rs plus JXS and ZL is equals to RL plus JXL over here. So if you substitute Zs and ZL as per this value, now you see in denominator we have RS plus RL and imaginary component, that is plus J XS plus XL. Now see, this is what having real and imaginary component, but I wanted to have all those things in terms of magnitude. So I can say my magnitude current I, that will be Vs divided by square root of real component square, so that is RS plus RL square plus imaginary component square, so that will be XS plus XL square. So that is what the current which we have over here. Now let us try to understand how much power that will get delivered to the load. So you see here load is ZL, that includes RL and XL. So as I have said earlier, power will get delivered to the load based on resistive element only, right? And that will be I square RL, as power that will not get dissipated as a heat in case of inductive and capacitive element. So here through XL, power will not get dissipated as heat, it is only delivered as per RL. So I can say power delivered to the load, that will be I square RL. Now here you see I have considered only RL. I have seen students are making mistake, they write ZL over here, but power delivered to the load, that will be I square RL only. And you just substitute value of I in this equation. So we have this power delivered to the load. Now our agenda is to understand the condition at which we will be having maximum power delivered over here. So see, to get maximum power delivered, we need to identify what should be the value of RL as well as what should be the value of XL. Now when you want to calculate the value of RL, then we should be taking differentiation of PL with respect to RL, and that should be equals to 0. And when you want to calculate maximum value of PL based on XL, then you should be differentiating PL with respect to XL, and that should be equals to 0, at which you will be getting condition for XL. So let us try to consider maximum power delivered to the load PL with respect to XL. So I will be taking dPL by dXL is equals to 0 to identify condition of maximum value of PL with respect to XL. So here now we will be differentiating this PL with respect to XL, and that should be equals to 0, right? So you just take differentiation of this with respect to XL. So denominator's term into numerator's differentiation, and numerator is constant with respect to XL, so into 0 that we need to have, minus numerator into denominator's differentiation, so numerator is Vs square RL into denominator's differentiation, so denominator's differentiation is, this differentiation is 0 plus differentiation of XS plus XL whole square, that will be 2 into XS plus XL, and this divided by square of denominator. Now you see this denominator that will get multiplied with 0, and this term is 0, so resultant is minus Vs square RL into 2 into XS plus XL, that is equals to 0. Now you see this constant that will again multiplied with 0, so I can say XS is equals to minus XL, that is the basic condition which is there with XL, right? So here first condition that we have identified, right, and that is this XL that should be equals to minus XS, right? Now if you substitute XL is equals to minus XS in this power delivered to the load, then modified power delivered will be, you see this term that will get cancelled, and that will be Vs square RL divided by Rs plus RL square, right? Now what we will be doing is, we will try to identify the value of PL maximum with respect to RL. So to get it, all we need to do is, we need to differentiate PL with respect to RL, and that should be equals to 0. So now we will be differentiating PL with respect to RL, and that will be equals to 0. So here denominator's function, that is Rs plus RL whole square into numerator's differentiation, so that is Vs square and RL differentiation is 1, minus numerator's function, so that is Vs square RL into denominator's differentiation, so that is 2 into Rs plus RL, and divide by denominator square, so that is Rs plus RL raised to 4. Now you see this denominator that will get multiplied with 0, so let us simplify this numerator term, so that will be Rs plus RL square into Vs square minus 2 Vs square RL into Rs plus RL, and that is equals to 0. Now you see Vs square and Rs plus RL, that is common in both of this term, and that will get multiplied with 0. So we'll be having Rs plus RL, and over here minus 2 RL that will be having, and that is equals to 0. So I can say Rs is equals to RL. So this is the basic condition for maximum power delivered to the load for RL, right? So now you see we have RL that should be equals to Rs, right? So to have maximum power delivered to the load, we should be having ZL that should be equals to Rs minus J XS, and that will be complex conjugate of this source impedance, right? So I can say that is complex conjugate of source impedance. So here let me give you some brief idea about what is the meaning of it. So the basic meaning of this is resistive element that will remain same, right? Resistive element will remain same, but if your source is inductive, then your load should be capacitive, and if your load is capacitive, then you will have to have inductive source. Why? The reason is here complex conjugate is there. So if you see the basic value of impedance for inductance, then that will be J omega L, but for capacitance it is minus J by omega C. So capacitive impedance is negative and inductive impedance is positive. So here if your source is inductive, then your load will be capacitive, and if your source is capacitive, then your load will be inductive. See, this is the basic meaning of this maximum power transfer theorem, right? So here all we need to do is, as if you want to transfer maximum power, right, in case of complex network, then in load you should be having complex circuit only, in which resistive element that should be similar to source resistance, and impedance element that should be complex conjugate. So if you have XS over here, then it should be minus of XS over here, that should be equals to XL, right? So this is what the basic thing that you should keep in your mind when you have maximum power transfer theorem. I hope you have understood this. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have still any queries, you just place that in comment box. I'll be happy to help you.